last week the Falcons played like garbage. There's no other way around it. The Eagles secondary played like garbage, but they got the win. But for GMT Sports Talk, I'm Julian Gallardi.
And I'm Bobby Thompson. And with this Sunday night game, this is an exciting Sunday night game.
I'm excited for this.
The Falcons coming off a terrible loss to the Minnesota Vikings week 1. They were not good. The offense did not click. Matt Ryan played absolutely horrendous. So, And the one thing is on the Eagles side is that they were down early, and then the second half, what does Carson Wentz do? He proves he's the future of quarterbacks. The kid is a stud. He brings them back. 3 touchdown passes later, they get the win over the Washington Redskins. With this game, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Both teams are so evenly matched. I feel so with the Falcons, they got the best receiver in football, Julio Jones, the 3-year, $66 million man. He just got paid. He got the paper. Arthur Blank gave him that bag. He secured it.
As we broke the news on
Yes,
GMT through our skit. But last week, Jones only had 31 yards. Very disappointing. Not the type of game you expect from Julio. I'm expecting a huge game this week. One of our coworkers thinks he could go for 300 bills against his poor secondary, but I'll say 200 yards for Julio and 2 touchdowns. I think Julio's going to go off. Calvin Ridley will get 100 and a touchdown, I think. Matt Ryan's going to eat. So I want to go through some revisionist history here. Last season, these teams played week 1 in Philly. Falcons lost the heartbreaker 18-12. They were trying to drive down. They lost. Similar to the playoff game. They lose that one 15-10. Julio gets tripped. Matt Ryan tries to throw him a jump ball. He can't come down with it. And that was in Philly. Now the Falcons get to go home. Can they finally return the favor to the Eagles and get a dub? I think they have to. They can't start the season 0-2. They have to be mad about what's taking place with the Eagles. Will Devontae Freeman wake up and get going? Can the Falcons establish this running game? My biggest question and concern for the Falcons is their offensive line. Can they block these boys? Because the Eagles have a good front, even with losing Malik Jackson. So the Falcons line is going to need some work. They're going to need to do a lot of protections. They're going to need to keep backs in the block at times. Going to have to get those extra linemen in there if they can. They lost Lindstrom already, a rookie who they drafted, so already getting injured on the line. Are there any other injuries we should look for besides those 2 players?
Nothing really big stands out for that now. It's basically Lindstrom and who's the other?
Malik Jackson.
Yeah, and Malik Jackson, who's out for the year with a Liz Frank injury, which was at his age, that's not good. So, yeah, with the one thing, I'm going to say that you did hit the nail on the head with this. The Falcons line did take a huge hit, and this game, the Eagles' front 7 is one of the best in football. I'll say they add up with any other tough defense in this league.
For sure.
That front 7 is scary, but when it comes to that secondary, the Eagles, it is hot trash. Yeah. It is garbage. I don't know how they won a Super Bowl with a secondary that bad. I really don't. It still baffles my mind. It still bothers me to this day. But I will say this. I think the Eagles secondary this week is going to get torched. I'm just telling you what it is. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Oh, yeah. I think you'll see fireworks in this game. Both defenses have holes. The Falcons' defense played awful last week. They're going to look to rebound as well. And will they be able to stop Carson Wentz in his high-volume passing attack? Will Deshaun Jackson have a repeat of what took place last week? Will Jeffrey or Ertz get more involved? Ertz only at 54 yards. Alshon only at 49. And I'm also looking to see who's going to emerge from this Eagles backfield. Darren Sproles led the charge last week with 47 yards. Howard at 44. Sanders, they tried to get him going with just 25 yards. Who do you think is going to end up being the lead dog in this Eagles backfield? Do you think Sanders can get it going? Howard, Sproles, who you got?
I'm going to go with, I think they're going to split the carries. The one thing is...
Yeah, that's what happened week 1.
It's gonna be another week where they split the carries. And then I think in the next 2 to 3 weeks, then they're going to really go with one person.
Okay, that makes some sense.
I'm going to say this. I think that they should ride to start the game. I think they should ride with Jordan Howard, see what he has. I think he still has a lot left to prove.
Okay.
Miles Sanders is just a great compliment. The two of them are a great 1-2 punch. I think that you saw last week that they both could be very dangerous, especially if they're both on the field, too, at the same time. So that's what I think. I think they're going to split the carries. But if in my opinion, if you had to give one of the guys 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 extra carries, I'm going with Jordan Howard.
Okay, well, he did have the best game week 1. Had 6 carries for 44 yards. They just didn't use him that much. So maybe that's the right call. We'll have to see. This Eagles secondary is a problem. Jalen Mills is actually injured, so he will not be out there. He's on the PUP. Ronald Darby did not play well. McLeod, they have Rasul Douglas. None of these guys had a good game against the Redskins, so they're going to look to rebound. But these are not the guys you want to rebound against. Julio Jones, the dog, obviously. Calvin Ridley's doing his thing, even though he only had 64 last week. Sanu's still in the mix. And your boy, Austin Hooper, actually led the Falcons with 77 yards. Can he make his presence felt in this football game?
He makes plays all the time.
Yeah, you really like Hooper, and maybe I should be looking at him more. But Freeman needs to get going, like I've already said, just 20 yards last week. Can Devonta Freeman wake up and show everyone what he's capable of? If he can set the tone with this running game, this Falcons offense is impossible to stop.
I agree. It's, if they get everybody going, you give Matt Ryan at least some time to throw the ball and get it to him. Sanu will make plays. Julio, of course, is going to make the plays. Calvin Ridley will eat their lunch.
Mm-hmm.
If you get I agree. If you get Devonta Freeman and you give him time, you give him a line to block, and then he is deadly, and we all could agree on this, he is deadly catching the football out of the backfield. So,
yes, a good point.
Here you go. You got to get him more involved, especially against this horrendous secondary.
Mm-hmm.
The front 7 is good.
Cox and Graham,
the back 4 are not good.
No.
Darby is garbage. Cravon LeBlanc and
there's Maddox too.
And Maddox, yes.
Rasul Douglas.
Okay.
All this stuff is just.
I think Malcolm Jenkins is decent, but I think he's past his prime, in my opinion.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although Jenkins is still pretty solid, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that. The front 7's very good, like you said. Jernigan, they got Barnett. They got some guys in there. They got Nigel Bradham, who's very good. Zach Brown. So the Eagles' front 7 causes problems. That's why it's going to be interesting to see how the Falcons get this running game going. Score prediction time. Falcons, 0-1. 2-point underdog in their own building. That's disrespect. Eagles, 1-0. So, Falcons, 30. Eagles, 27.
Very nice score. I'm going to differ with you on this. I'm going fly, Eagles, fly all day. I'm going with them getting the win. I think Carson Wentz is going to come out firing. I think this game, you're going to see them step on the gas pedal and they won't take their foot off of it. I'm going to predict this. Alshon Jeffrey is going to have a big day, in my opinion. And then I'm going to predict Deshaun Jackson has another 40 or 50-yard touchdown reception.
Okay.
I'm going to go with this. You're going to see them use Jordan Howard a lot more. I'm going to say double-digit carries. I'm going to go 15 for 80 and a score. And I'm going to go with 11 for 68 for Miles Sanders. I think they both get a couple receptions. I'm going to go with 33-31 Falcons. And the way they win is a Matt Bryant field goal at the end of the game.
Well,
sorry, excuse me. Sorry. Elliott to win the game. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm so that's really funny. I apologize. They're gonna go down and Elliott's gonna go and kick the game winner.
Okay, yeah, so good thing we got that straightened out. So Sunday Night Football, Falcons-Eagles, should be a very exciting game. I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it.
Of course.
I think it's one of the better games in the slate this week. So for this edition, we're good. We've done our individual previews. Now we're going to start to break down the full week of games, the 1 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games. Everyone stay tuned. Follow, like, subscribe, sponsor. Keep watching. Thank you. We like that. Julian Gallardi.
Bobby Thompson.
See everyone soon.